Have you ever been so sure you were ready for battle, only to discover the real fight was inside you? This is the story of a duel, but no blades were drawn, no blood was spilled, and still someone lost, but not in the way they expected. In the shadow of a mist-covered mountain, a young samurai made his way through the trees. He was fast, sharp, proud. His sword was polished, his technique impeccable, but his spirit was restless. He had trained for years, studied every style, perfected every motion, and yet he felt lacking. He longed for something more than strength, more than victory. He wanted proof that he was truly a warrior. Word had spread of a master living alone beyond the mountain pass. A warrior who had not fought in decades, yet was undefeated. Some said he was a ghost, others called him a coward. But the young samurai? He was curious. He reached the edge of a bamboo grove, where an old man sat in stillness beneath a tree, surrounded by silence and fallen leaves. The samurai bowed. "I've come to challenge you," he said. "Face me, draw your blade." The old man opened one eye, then smiled and said nothing. Minutes passed, then hours. Birdsong faded. The sun began to fall. The samurai waited, gripping the hilt of his sword, his knuckles white, his heart pounding. But the master remained still, breathing, being. The young warrior trembled with rage. "What are you doing?" he demanded. "Aren't you going to fight?" The master finally spoke, but his voice was calm, like still water. "Why fight a battle I've already won?" The boy blinked. "What do you mean?" The master looked at him gently and said, "If I rise, you'll strike first. You'll lose your breath before your balance. You'll chase an opening and leave your own exposed. You came here to conquer me, but I made no space for your war." In that moment, the samurai understood. He had lost, not by skill but by spirit. The master had never needed to draw his blade, because the battle had never been his to begin with. We live in a world obsessed with proving, winning, showing power, making noise. But Musashi once wrote, "To master strategy is to master stillness. To win with a sword, learn to win without it. Do nothing which is of no use." This story is not just about a samurai. It's about you, me, and everyone thriving to win. And the unnecessary wars you think you have to fight. How often do you argue just to be right? Compete just to be seen? Exhaust yourself, proving your worth to people who never asked? You don't need to draw your sword for every challenge. Sometimes, true strength is the ability to walk away, to stay still, to let the storm pass without stepping into it. The young samurai sheathed his blade. He bowed deeply and turned away, not in defeat, but in understanding, because he saw now that the greatest warrior isn't the one who wins the most battles. It's the one who knows which ones aren't worth fighting. So today, before you raise your sword or your voice or your doubts, pause, breathe, and ask, is this a battle or just my ego asking to be fed? Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is not strike, not react, not prove, because silence can be the loudest victory. If this story met you where you needed it, pass it on. Someone else might be reaching for their sword when what they really need is peace.